The concept of cultural relativism, rooted in the understanding that beliefs, values, and practices should be understood based on one's own cultural context, rather than judged against the criteria of another, has long been central to anthropological and philosophical debates. As humanity stands on the cusp of interstellar exploration and the possibility of encountering extraterrestrial civilizations, a significant question emerges. Can the principles of cultural relativism be extended to, and validly applied in, the context of alien cultures? To address this, it's essential to understand the roots of cultural relativism. Historically, the principle emerged as a response to ethnocentrism, the belief in the inherent superiority of one's own culture. As Western colonial powers expanded their territories, they often deemed non-Western cultures as primitive or savage, thereby justifying colonization and cultural imposition. Cultural relativism, which gained traction in the 20th century, aimed to counter this by advocating for understanding cultures on their own terms. Extraterrestrial civilizations represent the ultimate other, a culture that originates not from different geographical or historical conditions on Earth, but from entirely different planetary environments. Their norms, values, and ways of being might be rooted in biological, social, and environmental contexts so drastically different from ours that they might be barely comprehensible. However, is this not the challenge cultural relativism has always faced, albeit on a terrestrial scale? Indigenous tribes in the Amazon, for instance, possess worldviews and practices shaped by their unique relationship with the environment, which can seem alien to a Western observer. Yet cultural relativism urges such an observer to approach these practices without prejudice, seeking understanding rather than imposing judgment. Could this not apply to extraterrestrial cultures, given the proper framework and approach? A significant critique of cultural relativism is its potential to inadvertently excuse or ignore harmful practices if they're culturally sanctioned. Critics argue that there must be some universal standards for ethics and human rights. When considering alien civilizations, this criticism amplifies. If an alien culture, for example, practiced what we deem as genocide or torture as a regularly culturally accepted norm, could we still uphold the principles of cultural relativism without challenging these practices? This poses a philosophical quandary. If we believe in universal rights and values, then how universal are they? Do they extend only as far as humanity, or do they cover all sentient beings? And if the latter, on what basis do we determine these rights? The idea of encountering an alien civilization brings forth the necessity of a new kind of empathy, an interstellar empathy. This would involve not merely understanding, but deeply empathizing with beings who might perceive time differently, experience emotions we don't have words for, or possess entirely different structures of consciousness. The philosopher Thomas Nagel once asked, "What is it like to be a bat?" to explore the subjective experiences of another creature. With extraterrestrials, the challenge is magnified manifold. But if cultural relativism has taught us anything, it's that seeking to understand the other, however different, is not only possible, but also enriching. In conclusion, while the principles of cultural relativism can theoretically extend to alien civilizations, doing so would require stretching and adapting its tenets to account for differences beyond our current comprehension. This extension would be an evolution of the principle, encompassing not just terrestrial cultures, but all potential sentient cultures in the cosmos. As humanity potentially stands on the brink of becoming a spacefaring civilization, this philosophical adaptability will be crucial in ensuring meaningful and peaceful interstellar interactions.